This video is sponsored by Skillshare.
Hey guys, Brody here, and today we are taking a look at another Fnatic product, the Clutch 2 gaming mouse. Now this has been out, for a while, but still is a great gaming mouse. To be honest, I've been, playing better in CS:GO with this over my Razer Viper Ultimate, and I think I know why, and I'll explain later. And also a big shout out to Fnatic for sending this out to me. You guys are awesome. This Clutch 2 that we are looking at goes for $65, but this is the signature edition. If you go for the black version, which that one goes for $60, I mean, first of all, can we take a look at this for a second? This design is so cool. I'm actually really shocked that Fnatic sent this one out to me. I was expecting just the normal black version. We got the terrace head on here, the crosshair, the Fnatic symbol. I mean, this thing is just so dope. I am just a huge fan of CS:GO game, and it's pretty much my number one game that I pretty much play for right now. Not the greatest, but I still enjoy the game. So let's get the specs out of the way, and then we'll go into my pros and cons of the mouse. The measurements of the Clutch 2 is 130 millimeters long, front 60 millimeters, rear 64 millimeters. At the grip where your thumb would rest is 59 millimeters, and a height of 43 millimeters at the highest point of the hump. This is a little bit bigger than my other three mice that I typically use, which is the Zowie S1, the Razer Viper Ultimate, or the Glorious Model O. Great size for gamers out there with big hands like me, and for palm or claw grip users. The weight of this mouse on my scale is weighing at like 102 grams, so again heavier than the other three mice that I use. Underneath the mouse we have two big pads for some good glide. The sensor is a Pixart 3360. You can go up to 1200 DPI. We have 50G acceleration, polling rate of 1000 Hertz, and a response of 1 millisecond at 250 inch per second. We do have a 8 megabyte memory installed so that we can save our settings and take it wherever we want. We also have 6 total buttons, trigger 1 and 2, scroll wheel, DPI button, and 2 big side buttons, which is pretty nice in my opinion. The Clutch 2 uses Omron switches. That's always a plus in my book. Very nice and great clicking noise to them. The scroll wheel is not bad, pretty smooth and quiet. I would like Fnatic to add more feedback to for when you scroll, because I feel like it's on the lighter side. But here's a sound test for you guys. So triggers 1 and 2 do not have any pre-travel that to them that I can tell or notice, but they do hit the body when pushing all the way down. I did notice a good amount of pre-travel on the side buttons, but I have not noticed it affecting my gameplay, but I typically just use one of these for my mic in CS:GO. The build quality is great, very strong, no creakiness to the body when squeezing it, and also no rattling of any sort. But if you push hard at the top of the body, it will activate one of the trigger switches, because the triggers are part of the body, but you have to be pushing down really hard for this. Again, I have this cool design to it, and we have some rubberized texture on the side to give you some good grip. The RGB is not a whole lot here, your typical 8 lighting modes. On this mouse, the only RGB is on the scroll wheel, and you have these lights just right above the side buttons, which is for your 3 DPI or profile settings, which I'll explain here in a second. But it will show either 1 light, 2 lights, or 3 lights depending on which profile you are on. Now, if you have the black version, the scroll wheel lights up, and also the Fnatic logo on the left side of the mouse. I do wish that they did add this to this mouse, just to give it to a little bit more RGB to it. All right, let's switch it up and start with the cons. First thing I noticed when taking the mouse out of the box was the cable. The cable is a thin, smooth rubber cable, not a whole lot of flex to it. Obviously, I would like to see a paracord cable for their, for future gaming mice, but this can either be swapped out by doing it on our own, or you can pair the Clutch 2 with their nice Fnatic mouse bungee that goes for like 20 bucks to keep the cable out of the way. I would like to see less pre-trev on the side buttons. I think there is a good amount of it, but for me, when I play CSGO, I typically use the side buttons for my mic for right now, and obviously that is not affecting my gameplay, but other gamers out there might not like that, so I would like to see that reduced for their future mice. I would like to see them throw in a extra pair of pads in the box, because there are other companies out there like Zowie, for example, that throw in an extra set, which I think is a plus, and I would not mind seeing white PTFE feet as well. Not a deal breaker that they are not white PTFE, but as a gamer, if we are trying to choose between two gaming mice to purchase, we might go towards the other mouse because it already has the white PTFE feet. Really, that is the only cons for this mouse that I see for right now. It's just right now, it's just a really good mouse, at least for me. Okay, the pros of the mouse is that I like that we have some good specs like the Omron switches, 50 million clicks, and that we have a good sensor, the Pixar 3360. I do like how big the pads are underneath the mouse, even though I would like to see white PTFE feet, which I did swap out the pads and installed a pair of core pads, and they are very nice on this mouse. But again, I like how big they are and how it takes up more surface. They are a little bit bigger than my Zowie S1, but I feel like it glides really smooth in my opinion. For me, I like the weight, and this is a personal preference. I tend to play better with a heavier mouse like 80 to 100 grams. If I go any lighter, I feel like I just don't have enough control with it, or it could just be due to the fact that I'm just not used to it. But again, it comes down to what you really like. Now, this one I really never paid attention to, and I think is what made a big difference when I play, and that is the size and comfort. The Clutch 2 fits perfectly in my hand. I have a big hand, and the hump of the mouse is hitting the right spot of my palm. The bottom part of my palm is hitting the right spot of the rear of the mouse. It just feels way more comfortable compared to my Razer Viper Ultimate. My palm on the Razer Viper Ultimate actually hovers over the rear of the mouse because it is a little bit too small for my hand compared to the Clutch 2. If I had to put them in order for the comfort, for me, it would be the Clutch 2, the Model O, the Zowie S1, and then the Viper Ultimate. The software, not going to talk too much about it, but is very simple to use, which is a plus. You can adjust your DPI settings, your liftoff distance, angle snap, polling rate, lighting, and keybinds. Now, I know some companies do this and some don't, but like I was saying earlier, the Clutch 2 has 3 profiles. So if I am on profile 3 and I have it set to 400 DPI with a polling rate of 1000 Hertz, liftoff distance of 2 millimeters, and that is saved on profile 3. And if I switch to say profile 2 from the DPI button and have different settings, all that changes when I switch profiles and everything is saved on the mouse. So if you're all done with the setting up your mouse, you can easily uninstall it and then reinstall the software when you want to change, make some more changes on the mouse itself. So I think there's a little bit of a plus. I kind of like that feature. So before I let you guys go, if you're a new subscriber or a returning one, I'm always trying to make my videos better for you to enjoy. As a creator, I'm always looking for new and fresh ways to step up my knowledge and creativity, and lately I've been loving this course by Ryan Booth on Skillshare, where he talks everything about gear or shooting and sculpting natural light. I've learned so much from this video about lighting and how it helps my videos, because take a look at my first video to what you're seeing, today. It has changed and improved so much because of this class. So if you are not familiar, with Skillshare, it's essentially an online community for creators with thousands of creative, business, tech, and lifestyle classes from experts that cover topics, such as, video editing, shooting vlogs, cinematography, or low budget filmmaking, and more for less than $10 a month, which is amazing and well worth it for sure. And right now, if you click on the link down below in the description, you will get 2 months of Skillshare Premium for free. So make 2020 a year where you explore new skills or deepen existing skills with Skillshare online classes. So that is it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely hit that like button. And if you're a new subscriber, definitely, hit that subscribe button. That would be, very appreciated. If you are a returning subscriber, You rock. I love you to death, and thank you for sticking around. Again, thank you. A big shout out to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and then also for Fnatic for sending me out this mouse. I really love this mouse. I have a couple more things at Fnatic coming up, so it's been really exciting to work with them. So I really appreciate you guys. Again, if you guys have any questions at all about this mouse or anything you want me to review, comment down below in the comment section. I'll do my best, on getting back to you, or I'll write down a lot of your suggestions on what you want me to review. So again, and I'm sure I'll say again about 500 more times, but my name is Brody, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.